everyone, it's Paul from Outsprung. Today I'm going to show you a new tool that I've discovered recently, and this is called TweetJukebox. Now, earlier on we did test MeetEdgar, and these two are pretty similar in what they do. The big difference being that MeetEdgar, last time I checked, was I think $50 per month. TweetJukebox is free, and they pretty much do the same thing, which is simply recycling your tweets. Usually I'm pretty sure most of you do what I do, which is probably schedule a week's worth of tweets, and obviously you want to include a mixture of your own content as well as other bits of content that you find. Now the problem is that you probably find yourself posting your own blog posts or your own articles or videos each week, and it becomes very annoying. It would be nice if there was a way that you could just keep recycling these posts, and this is where tools such as TweetJukebox and MeetEdgar come in, and they help you do that. So how we're using this is we have it set up to just simply recycle our own tweets. So any other tweets that we post is stuff that we find and that we schedule, and we usually do it once a week, or if we find something that we really want to share, then we'll just do it as and when. But the content that we want to promote that is ours is always pretty much the same each week, and whenever we write a blog post or we produce something, we'll just simply top up the Jukebox so it kind of recycles through all of our blog posts. So that means that as we're growing our social media following, we're also kind of constantly directing traffic back to the old blog posts and stuff that's, still relevant and still is worthy of a share. So I just want to go through this interface. It's pretty easy to set up. Basically, a jukebox is a category. So as you can see, I've got two categories here. I'm only using my blog posts at the moment. I'm not actually using quotes. I think for now I will probably just use TweetJukebox as just simply a tool to make sure that I'm always kind of posting my own blog posts. So all I've done is, if I click on it here, you can see various different blog posts that I've got set up that are mine that are going to go out. So what's great about it is that it's very easy to add, and you can obviously see when it was last posted, and you can also see the image that's going to be included in it. It's very easy to add a new tweet. What you do is click on the button, you'd write the tweet, you'd add an image if you want, it's optional, and then you click on submit and it will simply add it to this queue. As you can see, I've got quite a few posts here. The schedule is pretty easy to change once you get the hang of it. So if you want to edit everything at the same time, which is what I really wanted to do, it doesn't give you that much customization in terms of when you can post it, which is probably my only bit of negative feedback about it. What we've done is we've just said we just want to post one of our blog posts every single day, and I've set pretty much the most busiest time for our Twitter followers. So if you wanted to edit all of these days of the week, then you would simply click on all of these to activate them, and then you can just go ahead and change. So say you want to tweet them every single 2 hours, and you can see it will change all of them, and then you would obviously unclick it to set the time. And if you wanted to change one day, for instance, let's say you want to do this one at a different time, you want to do it at 4:40 on Tuesday, and then you want to end it at, I don't know, there we go, 4:45. So you know it's going to post around that time. And you can obviously do as many tweets as you want. So you could set it from, midday to midnight, and you could post every single hour, and it would post out 12 posts. Now, we don't really want to do that because we didn't want to spam it too much. So we've just set it to just one post of our own per day. And then we also supplement through buffer other blog posts. So let me just set this back. So there we go. So that's the interface for setting the schedule. Now, MeetEdgar probably does have a better schedule. I have tested it, and I do like their schedule. I like the way that you can kind of set different categories to post at different times. But this does the job. You can set it up and you're good to go. We've also got options as well here, so we've just got a few options here that I'll go through. The jukebox type, we've obviously got this one, which is just kind of continuous, once and done, so it will go through all of the posts. Once it's done that, it will stop. And then you can also say good until. So let's say you want to do it for 2 months. You can set the date until it will end. Also, this is quite important. So you don't want to repeat the tweet for at least 10 days. So if you have, a lot of tweets going out, you don't really want to be posting the same stuff over and over again. You don't want to be spamming the same posts maybe a few times a day if you set your numbers quite high. So it's always good to set this to maybe just a week, so people see the post maybe just once a week. We've set it to 10 days because we have a lot of our own blog posts. I would guess that the more blog posts you have, probably the higher the amount of days that you'd want to set it to, just so it isn't kind of going through everything so quickly. A few other things which I haven't actually tried out too much, purely because I'm using Buffer to do most of my scheduling, is that you can actually schedule a tweet. So you can put the tweet start date, the time and the frequency, which is pretty good. I mean, you can just set it so you could do 4:30 p.m. and then you can say, once every single 5 hours. This is pretty good if you've got a podcast, maybe you've got a webinar that you're hosting and you want to kind of make sure that you post onto Twitter, every single few hours before leading up to the webinar. You can do this. So you could set it, a week before. You could say, post it every single day at 4:30 and it will be promoting a webinar that you're doing. So this is actually quite a nice tool. I think I might use this for another Twitter account that I use to promote a radio show that I do. And it's always annoying because I'm obviously doing a radio show, I'm talking to people on the radio show, and it's kind of annoying on my other screen I'm using Twitter to kind of post onto Twitter and to tell people that the radio show's going on. So maybe if you could set this up to do that, it might really kind of save you a little bit of time. It would be nice if we had actually an option to do less hours. I think maybe that might be a good thing to add. Maybe do it once every single 1 hour. That could be something good to add. But yeah, so this is another nice little tool to use. And then you've also got recent mentions, which is people, it looks like, retweeting you. I've not even clicked on this. This is my first time seeing it. We've also got a Jukebox Store. So if you perhaps want to kind of fill up your jukebox with other people's tweets, then you can do that. You can do various different quotes and what other people are posting, which is good, I guess, if you don't have a lot to talk about. I'm personally not using this purely because we have plenty of stuff to be posting through our buffer schedule. And also we've got some nice things to do here, so we can obviously do most downloads, highest rated and stuff like that. So that's quite nice. I mean, it can certainly get you started if perhaps you haven't got a lot of your own blog posts, you're just starting out and you kind of want to start getting your Twitter following going. You want to show people that you are actually using it, you are actually communicating through it. If you just maybe schedule a few quotes and a few people's other posts, a few times a day, that can help to make you look more active, and it can just help with the activity levels, which is probably the number one problem with bloggers and small businesses. They usually kind of run out of time to schedule this and to use Twitter regularly. That's usually the problem that I find with a lot of clients that we work with, and that's where using something like that can help. Or obviously you can use Buffer, which is what we do, which we just schedule a week's worth of tweets, and that usually kind of keeps it going. So that's it. I just wanted to show you this tool. I think it's a really, really good tool, and to be honest with you, the features are pretty much identical to MeetEdgar. A few different things that MeetEdgar has, the design and the interface does look better, but this does the job, and I will continue to use it definitely, and it really does save me a lot of time. And since using it, I have noticed more social media traffic coming to my blog posts, which is obviously the most important thing. And that's purely because my own blog posts are getting posted every single day. And before, I would always kind of forget, I'd never get enough time to post my own blog posts. I'd be queuing up so many different things on Buffer that I found I usually kind of forget about actually including my own posts. And it's obviously very important to do that. So if anyone else is using this, then I'd like to know kind of if you're using it for anything specific, especially the scheduled tweets. That's something that could be interesting, especially if you've got an upcoming webinar or something like that. Okay, so thank you for watching and listening. This is Paul at Outsprung, and enjoy the rest of your day.